Honda engines. They're the heart of reliability that built a reputation spanning decades. But here's the thing not many people want to admit. Not all Honda engines are created equal. Today we're breaking down the 3 worst and 4 best Honda engines ever made, and some of these might shock you. I'm talking about engines that can either run forever with basic maintenance or leave you stranded on the side of the road with a repair bill that'll make your wallet cry. These aren't just my opinions, folks. We've analyzed owner reports, mechanic testimonials, and real-world reliability data to bring you the definitive list. Whether you're shopping for your next Honda or just want to know if your current ride is a keeper or a lemon, this video will save you thousands in potential headaches. So strap in, because we're kicking off with the engines you should avoid like a bad blind date. The first of the worst is known as the cold soak catastrophe. Here's Honda's L15B7 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and this one's got a nickname that tells you everything you need to know. The cold soak catastrophe. Found in the 10th generation Civic from 2016 to 2021 and the 5th generation CR-V from 2017 to 2022, this engine promised efficiency and power. What it delivered instead was a masterclass in fuel dilution problems. Here's what happens. Fuel gets into your oil, especially during cold weather and short trips. Your oil starts smelling like gasoline, the level rises mysteriously, and suddenly you're dealing with misfires and potential engine damage. Honda issued software updates and technical service bulletins, but never a full recall. The fix? Religious oil changes every 5,000 miles and making sure you take longer drives to get the engine fully warmed up. Some owners report going through a quart of oil every 3,000 miles, which isn't normal for any engine, let alone a modern Honda. The direct injection system compounds the problem by creating carbon buildup, and that turbocharger? It's not exactly bulletproof either. But wait, it gets worse with our next engine, the FRM Heartbreaker. The H22A 2.2-liter 4-cylinder powered the Prelude VTEC from 1992 to 2001 and earned the nickname FRM Heartbreaker for good reason. FRM stands for Fiber Reinforced Metal, and these cylinder liners are Honda's attempt at being too clever for their own good. These liners are incredibly hard and lightweight, but they're also unforgiving as a drill sergeant. One broken ring liner, one improper honing job, and your entire engine block is toast. We're talking about expensive resleeving or complete engine replacement. The timing belt auto tensioner is another weak point that'll leave you stranded if you don't stay on top of maintenance. Oil leaks are common from multiple seals, and when these engines start consuming oil, they do it with enthusiasm. The balance belt system adds another layer of complexity that can fail catastrophically. Many owners report needing major engine work before hitting 120,000 miles, which is embarrassing for a Honda. The performance is there when it works. 217 horsepower and 163 pound-feet of torque. But the reliability just isn't. Speaking of reliability nightmares, our worst engine will make you question everything you thought you knew about Honda engineering, the wet belt triple. Taking the crown for Honda's worst engine is the P10A2 1.0-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder, and we're calling it the Wet Belt Triple. This engine appeared in select markets in the Honda Civic, City, and Jazz from 2016 onwards, and it's a perfect storm of bad engineering decisions. The biggest problem, Honda decided to run the timing belt in oil, a wet belt system that sounds innovative until it starts failing. This belt can shed particles into your oil system, clogging passages and starving critical components of lubrication. Turbo failures become common when oil passages get blocked, and we're talking about $3,000 to $5,000 repair bills. The direct injection system creates carbon buildup issues, and just like its bigger 1.5-liter brother, this engine suffers from fuel dilution problems. Cold climates make everything worse, with owners reporting complete engine failures before 100,000 miles. The wet belt system requires frequent oil changes with specific oil grades, and if you miss an interval, you might as well start shopping for a new engine. Some owners have reported oil pressure problems, belt failures, and even complete engine seizures. It's the kind of engine that makes you wonder what Honda's engineers were thinking. Now, before you swear off Honda forever, let me remind you of something important. Honda has built some of the most reliable, longest-lasting engines in automotive history. We're talking about power plants that routinely hit 300,000 miles with nothing more than oil changes and basic maintenance. The company that gave us VTEC, that dominated Formula One, and that built engines so good they became the gold standard for swaps and modifications. So let's flip the script and talk about Honda's greatest hits. The 4 best engine series that prove why Honda earned their reputation for bulletproof reliability. For each engine series, we'll highlight to you 1 or 2 of the top engines for that group. These are the engines that mechanics actually recommend, that enthusiasts seek out, and that can outlast the cars they're bolted into. We're starting with Honda's F-Series engines, which represent the foundation of Honda's reputation for building bulletproof power plants that just refuse to quit. The first of our best engines list are the F22B and F23A series engines, earning the nickname Seal Guard Accord for reasons we'll get to. These 2.2 to 2.3 liter 4-cylinder engines powered the Accord from 1990 to 2002, along with various Prelude models. What makes these engines special isn't flashy performance, it's honest, dependable service. We're talking about 150 horsepower and 152 pound-feet of torque that just keeps on delivering. The secret sauce? These are non-interference engines, meaning if your timing belt breaks, your valves won't kiss your pistons goodbye. That alone saves you thousands in potential repair costs. The cast iron block and aluminum head combination provides excellent durability and heat dissipation. Now, there is one quirk you need to know about. The balance shaft seal can pop out if you don't install the retainer during timing belt service. Honda issued a technical service bulletin for this, and it's a simple fix that prevents oil leaks. Do that one modification, keep up with basic maintenance, and these engines will run forever. Many owners report 250,000 to 300,000 miles with nothing more than routine service. They're not exciting, but they're reliable as sunrise. But if you want excitement with your reliability, the F-Series has something special, the 9K Screamer. The F20C 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine, and its nickname says everything, the 9K Screamer. This masterpiece powered the Honda S2000 from 1999 to 2009, and it's one of the highest specific output naturally aspirated engines ever built. We're talking about 247 horsepower from 2.0 liters. That's 120 to 125 horsepower per liter. But the real party trick? This engine loves to rev all the way to 9,000 RPM, and it does it reliably. The forged internals, high piston speed tolerances, and race-proven bottom end mean this engine is happy living at redline. Many S2000 owners report 300,000 miles with nothing more than regular maintenance. The aluminum block and head keep weight down while providing excellent heat dissipation. Oil jets cool the pistons, a feature usually found in exotic sports cars. The timing chain setup eliminates belt service, and the robust oiling system ensures everything stays lubricated even under high G-forces on the track. Sure, the early AP1 models had some snap oversteer controversy, but that was chassis tuning, not engine problems. Keep the oil topped up, change it regularly, and this engine will reward you with years of 9,000 RPM thrills. Now let's move to Honda's legendary B-Series engines, starting with the Type R Red Top. Next up are Honda's legendary B-Series engines, the power plants that put VTEC on the map and created an entire generation of Honda fanatics. You have the B18C 1.8-liter 4-cylinder engine, known in enthusiast circles as the Type R Red Top, thanks to its distinctive red valve cover. This engine powered the legendary Integra Type R DC2 from 95 to 2001, and it set the bar for naturally aspirated 4 cylinders. 197 horsepower from 1.8 liters equals about 108 horsepower per liter with an 8,400 RPM redline that sounds like automotive heaven. But this wasn't just about numbers. These engines were hand-finished with balanced internals, ported heads, and attention to detail that put some exotics to shame. The short final drive ratios kept you in the VTEC power band, making the Integra Type R a factory-built club racer. Unfortunately, these cars were so desirable they became theft magnets, with many stolen specifically for their drivetrains. Finding a survivor Integra Type R with its original B18C5 is like finding automotive gold. The engine itself is bulletproof with proper maintenance. Timing belt service, valve adjustments, and quality oil are all it needs. Many examples are still running strong at 250,000 miles, still screaming to redline like the day they left the factory. It's the engine that proved Honda could build a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that rivaled much more expensive machinery. But the B-Series story starts with the engine that created the VTEC legend, the VTEC Godfather. Here's the engine that started it all. The B16A and B16B 1.6-liter 4-cylinders, rightfully called the VTEC Godfather. The B16A, introduced in 1989, was the first mass-produced VTEC engine in the world. The B16B, found in the legendary Civic Type R EK9, push the envelope even further with 185 horsepower from just 1.6 liters. That's over 110 horsepower per liter from a naturally aspirated engine in the 1990s. Absolutely incredible. These engines powered the Civic Si, the original Civic Type R, and the CRX SIR, creating a generation of Honda fanatics. The dual overhead cam VTEC system delivers that famous VTEC kicked-in moment that became an internet legend. But here's what's really impressive. These high-revving screamers are actually reliable. The short-stroke design loves to rev, the close ratio transmissions keep you in the power band, and the lightweight construction makes small Hondas punch way above their weight class. Regular oil changes, timing belt service, and valve adjustments are all these engines need to hit 200,000 miles while still screaming to 8,000 RPM. They're the engines that proved Honda could build performance and reliability into the same package. Now let's talk about Honda's D-Series, the budget-friendly performance kings, starting with the Mini-Me maker. Honda's D-Series engines represent the perfect entry point into Honda performance: affordable, reliable, and endlessly modifiable. We have the D16Y8 and D16Z6 1.6-liter four-cylinder engines, earning the nickname Mini-Me Maker for their legendary swap potential. These engines powered the Civic EX and SI models from 1992 to 2000, along with the CRX Del Sol SI. What makes these engines special isn't just their reliability, it's their role in creating an entire generation of Honda tuners. The famous Mini-Me swap involves putting a VTEC D16 head onto a non-VTEC D-Series block, creating an affordable path to VTEC power. These SOHC VTEC engines are incredibly simple, incredibly durable, and incredibly well documented. 127 horsepower and 107 pound-feet of torque might not sound like much, but in a lightweight Civic, it's plenty of fun. The single overhead cam design means fewer moving parts and less complexity than DOHC setups. Regular maintenance will see these engines hit 250,000 miles without breaking a sweat. The huge knowledge base, massive aftermarket support, and affordable parts make these engines perfect for young enthusiasts learning to wrench. Different VTEC crossover points between the Z6 and Y8 variants became part of D-Series tuning folklore. They're not the fastest engines Honda ever built, but they're among the most beloved. Next, let's talk about Honda's crown jewel, the K-Series engines. Starting with the Franken K engines. The Honda K-Series engines, the modern masterpieces that prove Honda's engineering excellence, continues into the 21st century. Starting off, you have the K24A and K24Z 2.4-liter four-cylinder engines, nicknamed Franken K for their incredible swap versatility. These engines powered the Accord TSX and CR-V from 2002 to present, delivering 205 horsepower and 171 pound-feet of torque. But here's where it gets interesting: the famous Frankenstein builds. Enthusiasts discovered that pairing a K24 short block with a K20 Type R head creates the perfect blend of displacement torque and high RPM flow. The TSX's K24A2 head and cams are particularly prized for their high naturally aspirated power potential. These engines routinely hit 300,000 miles with basic maintenance, proving that Honda's modern engineering is just as reliable as their classics. The chain-driven design eliminates timing belt service, and the robust bottom end handles boost well for those wanting forced induction. The aluminum construction keeps weight reasonable while providing excellent durability. Whether you're building a time attack monster or just want reliable daily driver power, the K24 delivers. The huge aftermarket support means parts are readily available and affordable. It's the modern Honda engine that proves the company hasn't lost their touch. But for the ultimate Honda engine experience, nothing beats the K-Swap King. Definitely a contender, as Honda's best engine ever is the K20A and K20Z 2.0-liter four-cylinders, rightfully called the K-Swap King. These engines powered the Civic Type R, Integra Type R, Civic Si, and Accord Euro R from 2001 to 2015. The JDM Type R variants were hand-assembled with high-compression pistons, aggressive cams, and ported heads. 221 horsepower and 159 pound-feet of torque from 2 liters, with the ability to rev to 8,000 RPM reliably. But what makes the K20 truly special is its swap potential. This engine has become the modern standard for Honda swaps, with mounting solutions available for everything from classic Civics to Lotus Elises and Ariel Atoms. Yes, you read that right. The Ariel Atom used Honda's K20 engine with direct factory support. The iVTEC system delivers both high RPM power and low RPM efficiency, making it perfect for street or track use. The chain-driven design eliminates timing belt service, and the robust oiling system keeps everything lubricated under extreme conditions. Huge aftermarket support means you can build these engines for any application, from daily driving to 400 horsepower track monsters. Many examples are still running strong at 300,000 miles while delivering the same thrilling performance as day one. The K20 represents everything great about Honda engineering: reliability, performance, and endless modification potential, all wrapped into one incredible package. Let's recap what we've learned about Honda's biggest engine hits and misses. On the worst side, we have 3 engines that prove even Honda can get it wrong when they overthink the engineering. The P10A2 1.0 liter turbo 3-cylinder, our wet belt triple, takes the crown for worst with its oil-bathed timing belt that sheds particles and clogs oil passages, leading to catastrophic turbo and engine failures. The H22A 2.2 liter, the FRM heartbreaker, sounds great on paper, but those fiber-reinforced metal cylinder liners are unforgiving. One mistake and you're looking at expensive resleeving or complete engine replacement. And the L15B7 1.5 liter turbo, our cold soak catastrophe, suffers from fuel dilution issues that turn your oil into gasoline soup, especially in cold weather and short trip driving. But Honda's greatest hits remind us how they built their legendary reputation. The F-Series gave us 2 incredible engines: the F22B Seal Guard Accord that's practically bulletproof with basic maintenance, and the F20C 9K Screamer that delivers 247 horsepower while revving to 9,000 RPM reliably. The B-Series created the VTEC legend with the B16 VTEC Godfather, the first mass-produced VTEC engine that started it all, and the B18 C5 Type R red top that hand-built performance into a naturally aspirated masterpiece. The D-Series democratized Honda performance with the D16 Mini-Me Maker, creating an entire generation of budget-conscious tuners who learned to wrench on these simple, reliable SOHC VTEC engines. And the K-Series represents Honda's modern excellence. The K24 Franken-K that's perfect for Frankenstein builds, combining displacement with high RPM capability, and the K20 K-Swap King that's become the gold standard for engine swaps across the automotive world. The pattern is clear. Honda's best engines are over-engineered for their intended use, respond well to basic maintenance, and can handle abuse that would destroy lesser power plants. The worst engines happen when Honda gets too clever with unproven technology or rushes designs to market without proper long-term testing. Whether you're shopping for a reliable daily driver or planning your next project car, stick with Honda's proven winners from the F, B, D, and K series families. These engines will reward proper maintenance with hundreds of thousands of miles of dependable service, proving that when Honda gets it right, they really get it right. There you have it, the 3 worst and 4 best Honda engines ever made. The worst engines teach us that even Honda can stumble when they overcomplicate things or rush new technology to market. Wet timing belts, fuel dilution problems, and overly complex cylinder liner materials show what happens when engineering gets too clever for its own good. But the best engines remind us why Honda built their legendary reputation in the first place. From the bulletproof F-Series that just won't quit, to the legendary B-Series that put VTEC on the map, to the budget-friendly D-Series that created countless enthusiasts, and finally to the modern K-Series that proves Honda's engineering excellence continues today. These engines share common traits. They're over-engineered for their intended use, they respond well to basic maintenance, and they can handle abuse that would kill lesser power plants. Whether you're looking for a reliable daily driver or a platform for your next project car, stick with Honda's proven winners. The F22B will get you to work every day for 20 years. The B16 will teach you what VTEC is all about. The D16 will let you learn to wrench without breaking the bank. And the K20 will give you everything: reliability, performance, and modification potential. Remember, a good engine is the foundation of any great car. Choose wisely, maintain religiously, and these Honda power plants will reward you with hundreds of thousands of miles of dependable service. This is Tom from Seats and Wheels. Thanks for watching.